Welcome to another Mail Run Monday. Today we finally get to cross the ice to go get the mail. Instead of hiking and then canoeing and then hiking, we just get to just hike, which is kind of nice. Stride has measured the ice. How much ice is there?
All right, so after measuring, we have 5 inches of ice.
5 inches. 5 inches is pretty good. Arlo is going to come with us today. Arlo, hey. So she caught like the scent of a wolf or something this morning on the property and has been just going out of her mind. She's like that old man sitting in his rocking chair on his front porch yelling at kids to get off his lawn. That's Arlo. So she's been just going nuts all morning. But the ice is looking kind of like water right now to her, which is a good thing. Hey, Arlo, come on, honey. It's a good thing that she's got a healthy fear of the ice. It's okay, babe. We've measured it. It's safe. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give it a shot. Come on. You were out here yesterday, Peanut. Come on. Arlo, no, not that way. Come on. Oh my gosh. Arlo, come on. No, she's not going to get on the ice. Arlo, that's not going to help you.
I think it will help her.
Was that better? Was that better? Oh, Peanut. It's okay, honey. It's okay. So we'll drill again just to be safe. How much we got?
It's tough to say. That's sticking my hand in it, but I'd say it's the same. 5 inches.
Okay. So pretty much everything thicker than 3 inches is like comfortable to walk on. So if we're at 5 inches, we're good. Our neighbor has already driven his 6-wheeler across the ice, so all is safe. All right, the first question is, has an eagle ever tried to grab Moses or anything scary happen? It's scary to some people, which I understand. I mean, but show them how big Moses is, like with your hands.
I'll use the auger.
You'll use the auger, okay.
So probably this is Moses' head, and Moses' tail is probably ends at the end of.
So he is as big or bigger than an eagle.
So he's like this long.
And he's a polydactyl cat, meaning he has extra claws.
6 claws instead of your average 4 or 5.
Yeah. So no, a eagle has never, not that we're aware of anyways. Maybe there was a battle that we're unaware of. He doesn't tell us everything.
He's a pretty tough customer.
Yeah, he likes to go on his own adventures.
How's he gonna get up?
Oh my god. You better be ready to go get him. Oh my god.
Oh no.
What?
That's the end of that.
Why, dude? But he knows where his food is, so he doesn't stray too far. And he always has Arlo on his tails. Like, Arlo is his kid sister who just won't leave him alone. So he doesn't get away with a whole lot. He's kind of got his own bodyguard. Could have brought our ice skates out here. We should go ice skating. Arlo, hop in. Hop in the fur truck. All right, I let Victor pick a question. And the one he picked was, what is your favorite flower species or tree?
I do both, one of each.
Yeah, you can do one of each if you want.
I will start with the tree species.
Okay, this is right up his alley. For those of you who don't know, Victor graduated with a degree in outdoor education. This is like a perfect job for him, perfect question for him. Go, Victor.
So my favorite tree where we live would be
Arlo, don't steal the spotlight.
the jack pine. Not only because they're tenacious and they can grow just about anywhere, but they're also beautiful in that they are just like, there's no uniformity. Like, they just kind of grow like with weird arms, and they grow out of rocks and all this kind of fun stuff.
They're kind of snarly.
Snarly, I guess.
Yeah, they're gnarly.
And we have a ton of them.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Let's-
Tough son of a guns.
Yeah, they're tough trees. So that'd probably be my favorite tree we have up here.
What about flower?
Flowers?
Let me guess. I'm gonna guess that Stride's favorite flower species that's up here is, oh no, my guess is gonna be a lupin, but I don't think you like lupins because they're not native.
Well, we have a native lupin, but we also have invasive lupins as well. But no, my favorite flower up here are the wild roses. We have a wild pink rose.
They're really pretty.
That shows up in the spring usually. They bud early, but they're really beautiful. And we get them all over our property, which is really fun.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
No.
Arlo, she
But,
saw a wolf here a couple weeks ago, like in this stretch of road, and she just won't give it up. Give it up. Okay, I can answer both of these. What do you think my favorite tree is?
Up here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess either the white pine or a birch tree. So I'll take it.
No, the white pine. So white pines are like the matriarch of our forests up here. They're these giant, ancient trees. I love the white pines. And then flower. What do you think my favorite flower is?
The lupin.
Yeah. I love the lupin. They're just so pretty. I like the non-native kind. The kind that like are invasive here. But gosh, they're pretty. Arlo, this question is for you. Somebody asked, what do you feed Arlo? And the kitties. The kitties, they get Fancy Feast. But Arlo has a really sensitive tummy and she eats the farmer's dog. That sentence didn't work out. She eats food from the brand called the farmer's dog. She has a chicken day and a beef day and a turkey day. And she gets kibble for lunch. What does she get? The blue buffalo or blue diamond or blue something. And then she gets a soup bone every single morning after her breakfast.
They're like the size. They're like that big.
Yeah.
But she keeps her teeth clean and she gets the marrow.
Yeah. Except for when her grandpa Dan buys the bones and then she gets giant ones. I can't reach. Got the mail. It's a newspaper and a bill. Nothing exciting today. Okay, we've got a couple of like really quick questions to answer. One is, how do you know how much firewood you're gonna need for the winter?
We have to thank Ashley's dad, Dan, for that. He's kind of trial by fire over the last couple of seasons.
Trial by fire, that's funny.
Over the last couple of seasons, we've gone with 5 cords, 6 cords, 7 cords. We found that the sweet spot is, I believe, 6 cords of wood.
Growing up, we had supplemental heat, like wood stove, and so my dad has tested. He's got experience, shall we say, with firewood and knowing how much you're gonna need. So this year we got 6 cords.
6 cords.
6 cords.
3 cords maple, 3 cords birch.
Yep. And then the next question is, how often do you get up in the middle of the night to check the fire, stoke the fire? Depends. Right now, not at all. February, when it's -40, once or twice, or not at all, and you just like wake up till it, like, what's the coldest cabin we've woken up to? Like 40? 38?
38 is the coldest I remember from last year, which is really cold.
Yeah, I've got an electric blanket and one of those water bottles. Stride just likes it to be cold, and Arlo loves it to be cold as well, so I just deal. And then another quick fire question, are you into astrology? I'm not sure if you mean astrology or astronomy, but yes to both. I've got some friends that I know of you rolling their eyes at the astrology thing, but I am a Gemini sun, a Scorpio moon, no, a Gemini sun, a Leo rising, and a Scorpio moon.
No.
Arlo. And Stride is a Taurus sun, a Libra rising, and a Scorpio moon. But I think you mean astronomy, because you're asking about, do we love the night sky, given that we live in the biggest dark sky sanctuary in the world? Yes. We've got the app, you know the one I'm talking about, that everybody pulls out and they're like, look, you can see all the, if you don't,
Constellation.
Google it. Yeah. There's apps that you can like point your phone and it'll show you exactly what different constellations are and planets are. Yeah, I mean, I love it in that I just love to like look up at it.
Stargaze.
I just like to stargaze. I mentioned this in a previous video of when I was boating home in the dark, but like my favorite is a summer night when we've had our day off, and we go out to eat and we come home and have to boat home in the dark, and like it's a clear night and the Milky Way is like right overhead. That's the best. That is so cool. Our neighbors just saw the Northern Lights on Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, we love the night sky. Is that for me?
Nope.
No? Who's it for?
Me.
Ugh! What did you get?
I don't know.
You're lucky. So we pick up our packages somewhere else than our mailbox. FYI.
It's all fishing related.
Fishing related.
Minnows,
Manners?
micro ice, and ice braid.
Man, you're lucky.
Man, I'm lucky.
I ordered stuff to do my nails a certain way a while ago, and UPS lost it. And I ordered 2 red fake crocodile like notebooks, like pocket notebooks.
Journals.
UPS lost those too. Got a bone to pick with you, UPS. Amazon is sending new ones, but I thought that's what that was. But I'm happy for Stride.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're headed back home. We'll answer just a few more questions. The next one is, have you ever dealt with heartbreak? Any tips? Arlo, you haven't. Get out of here. This is a serious question. So I guess without going into like too much of our own personal heartbreaks, the answer is yes for me.
And yes, for me, I think
Yes. I think a lot of humans have, right? Do you want to give your advice first, Stride? Because we talked about this beforehand, and his answer is different than mine.
Yeah, so with my heartbreak, I kind of leaned heavily on my friends and family. Like, they kind of helped me move on and like kind of like help me get out and do things instead of sitting at home and just thinking about the same thing over and over again. But yeah, like they were kind of like my go-to people, and it's nice to have those people in your life.
Yeah, so your answer is to lean on your support system.
Yeah.
And I think that just depends on the person. Like my heartbreak, like my biggest heartbreak in life, for me, it wasn't so much leaning on my support system, just because I find myself to be like a very private person. Maybe it doesn't seem like it since we share our lives online, but I'm a very private person. So for me, it was less of like leaning on other people and more so, well, I don't know that I handled my heartbreak. I mean, it was when my mom passed away when I was 21. And I think my advice or like tips would be to let yourself feel all of it. Like, it can be really easy to like shy away from or like avoid feeling all the things, but to release emotions, they have to be expressed. So giving yourself time and setting really strong boundaries around that time to allow yourself to just feel the heartbreak. And that's not fun. Nobody wants to do that. But I promise you it's gonna save you a lot of trouble down the line, because when you repress those things, they just pop up in some like really fun, sporty ways. Like that you just have to deal with later down the line, you know? So yeah, that would be my tip, is just allowing yourself to like feel the heartbreak and express those emotions. Yeah, good question. That's a tough one. All right, next question is what temperature, like I assume outside temperature is too hot, and what is too cold in your opinion? Arlo, come on, let's go. Okay, for me, too hot is anything above 80. And I've lived in Florida. I didn't fare well.
So like 80, but like 80 and humid, right? You don't mean like 80 and
like
dry.
Yeah, I guess. It's a dry heat. Yeah. Well, but here it's always humid. So yeah, for me in Minnesota outside, 80 is too hot. 80 is too hot, and too cold is probably negative 40 is pretty cold, but you can people are going to roll their eyes at that, but like if you're moving when it's negative 40, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it sounds, I promise. But in the cabin, like if we have a week of negative 40, like that gets kind of old. So that's my answer.
My answer is very similar.
Is it?
Whenever it's humid and hot,
Yeah,
and sticky,
we're both winter people.
Can't really handle it all that well. But if similar answer to Ashley or Penny too is when it's cold outside, like you just put on an extra layer and you move and you're fine. But yeah.
Arlo, what's your answer?
The colder the better for that.
Colder the better. 40 degrees above zero is probably too hot for her. Okay, and then the last question is, did you use an architect for your house? And if so, who?
He's French, right?
He's French?
His vision?
His vision? Yeah, it's my dad. My dad's not French, but he likes to call his plans for the house his vision. And he does it like the vision. So no like official architect, but my dad was a shop teacher for 31 years and he built the house I grew up in.
He knows how to use all the fancy CADs and...
Yeah, so no official architect, but my dad, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on another beautiful Mail Run Monday. If you have questions for the next mail run, you can leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.